And he says, in order to grow, you have to become from the unknown.
Mm,
And the thing about humans in general is we kind of scary away from the unknown because we're like, okay, I know on this other side there may be something amazing. And just like a conversation we had earlier, there's that risk involved. And that risk is like what scares us. And I always have this saying, this is something I kind of made up when I was going through my journey. I was like, you don't want to make mountains from anthills,
mm-hmm.
right? Because the anthill's so small, but we just bring ourselves so like to a minute little micro. Like we condense ourselves and we make God's vision that's just large for us into something so small.
Right.
And that's just because the enemy likes to parade inside of our minds. It's like
Yeah.
a saying of like the worst thing you can do for a man or even a woman is leave them into a place by themselves.
Mm,
Like seclude them by themselves because their thoughts, that's the devil's playground.
yes.
So um I feel as though like you just have to protect everything of what you believe. And you have to have the faith to walk into the unknown. And it's very hard though. It's very hard, especially if you've been in situations where you're traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
And it all goes back to self-reflection, looking into the mirror, healing, crying, yelling, doing whatever you need to do, and just spend that time with God. Um, but it's not easy
No, you got to put in
because
the work.
you have to put in the work. And I think we live in this culture right now where there's like that instant gratification, and
Mm-hmm.
it's more projected through social media to say like, "Hey, look at me! I have a Lamborghini. I have a 8 room house and a 3 car garage," and it's putting off an image of like this can happen right now. It's like very microwavable. So nothing is microwavable, and I feel like that's the mindset a lot of people have because they don't want to go through the work like you said, and they don't want to. The best vision or the best imagery I can even think of is like there's this Batman movie a long time ago, and I think there was a character named Vane, and he like broke Batman's back, and he like they put him down in this cave. I forget the name of this cave, but it kind of reminds me of like when David went through a cave. And
Right.
I'm kind of getting ahead here, but there in that cave was a transformation. He was in the unknown. He gets dropped into the unknown. He comes from a person that's a billionaire, you know, that becomes like a crime fighter to be broken, completely
Yeah.
broken, and drop down into like a cave with other people that are prisoners, and he has to heal.
Yeah.
And he has to keep climbing where there's no safety net, there's no belt that could catch him, and if he falls, it's over for him.
Yeah.
But I think that's as dramatic as it can be for somebody that's facing the unknown because they just think if I continue to walk into this dark room or this unknown thing, I could potentially like fail in general.
Right.
So
It's so good because that's why we can't be surrounded by people who are comfortable in their comfort zone, who
yeah,
don't want to leave it. But the
yeah,
reason people don't want to leave their comfort zone is because of that.
yeah.
There's that unknown. I
Mhm,
don't know what's going to happen.
mhm,
I'm used to doing things this way. This is how
mhm.
I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, this is how my parents did it. This is how my
yeah,
grandparents did it. There's like this comfortability with not changing, staying the same. And I believe that the reason for that is because of that fear
yeah.
of what happens when I step out of my comfort zone and
Mhm.
I move forward and do what I have to do.